Saturday night. I like what they do. We do a metal show here on The Buzzard. It's called 2 Hours to Midnight because it begins at 10 p.m. So if you're into metal, make sure that you join us. We just hit our one-year anniversary a couple of months ago. And every time I'm out, I'm going to be back out in Portage Lakes this weekend, there's always a handful of people who are like, thank you so much for doing the metal show. So I don't always get comments from people over social media or email or whatever, but when I talk to people, they're always very pleased. So we take a little corner, a 120-minute corner of the Buzzard's broadcast week. And me and Corey Roddick and Pat Butler all come in here and put the show together. So Saturday night, 2 hours to midnight is our metal show. If you're in a local metal band, send us your stuff. We always like playing metal. We got 3 metal local bands, I think, Saturday night. Also, I was talking to Hilarities in the break. We're calling an audible.
Oh.
Adam Ferrara is going to come in today.
Oh, okay.
Cam Patterson is going to come in tomorrow. I'm flipping them.
All righty.
Cam's a bit jet lagged, so I said, well, if Adam's in town, bring him in. We love him. We've had Adam on the show before. I've never met Cam Patterson, but Cam's doing the cabaret this weekend. Adam's in the main room there at Hilarity, so there's always a little bit of overlap. So Adam Ferrara, if you're a Top Gear fan or, Adam's been doing a million things for a long time. So he will join us a little bit later on. Guardians split that series with the Reds. There's only 2 games. They call it the Ohio Cup. Isn't that what they call it? The Ohio Cup.
Correct.
And Reds over the Guardians last night 4-2, so they each get 1 there. Guardians are off tonight, but they are headed to Toronto to play the Blue Jays, first of 3 tomorrow night. The Cincinnati Reds set an attendance record, and I have to think that's because, when a guy's out there streaking, everybody goes, well, I got to go tonight. I want to see somebody tased. That was on Tuesday night, and then everybody buys tickets because, conspiracy theories now are a part of the fabric of modern life. So there had to be people going, hey, this guy didn't really get tased. Even though there was video of him today getting, hearing with in front of the judge. In front of the judge. People, I'm sure, are out there like, this guy's going to be back, buy a ticket. Maybe somebody in the Reds front office. I don't know. But the Reds are doing okay. They won 9 of their 12 last games, and so they're starting to see some people show up there at the Great American Ballpark. Also, the Monsters are out.
Which is a bummer. Hard.
They really did. They went all the way to Game 7. They were a game away from being in the Calder Cup Championships, but they fell. Last night, they were playing the Hershey Bears in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they lost by 1 goal. 3-2 was the final there against Hershey. Game 7. If you got to do anything in the postseason, you want to go to Game 7. And they came back from being 3 games down. They were the Cleveland Cavaliers of hockey. And but didn't make it. So I don't know who Hershey will play in the Calder Cup Finals. I don't know who the other team is. But if you're a hockey fan and you don't regularly go to Monsters games, you're missing out.
I only made it to 1 this year, but it was a blast.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. How was the Funny Bus, by the way?
Funny Bus was fantastic, as always. Darjan was the comedian, Darjan Bentley, and we had a great time. Tons of listeners, a few people that were in town that didn't know that I was going to be on there, but the microphone didn't work yesterday, so I just yelled a few things from time to time, but I kind of let Darjan do the heavy lifting.
Sure.
Yeah, but it was still
yelled a few things.
A lot of fun.
All right.
It's always a blast.
What did you yell?
Loud noises!
I can't remember anything.
Did you get lit up on the bus?
No.
Did you get faded?
I just like to... I was mostly just trying to make Darjan laugh because he was basically the only one that could really hear me, and I got him a few times.
I see you were playing to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. We've only got 2 left. I'll be your host next week. That one is sold out, and then Bill will host the last one. Not the last one for the Funny Buzz, just the last one. We do Wednesdays in May and June. So Bill
June 26th.
June 26th for that. And how was Brooklyn, Mary Lynn?
It was good. This particular show on Wednesdays is a good show, so it's not like it wasn't blow your skirt up. It wasn't like this is the most amazing set I've ever had, but for like a bar show on a Wednesday night, it was fine.
Now, is that a show where people are less likely to actually wear skirts because they're afraid that they might get harassed?
No, I don't think so. Some people wear skirts.
Oh, good, but none of them were blown up.
Not by me, no.
Yeah, okay.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I have my euchre club tonight.
Boy, there's a phrase you don't hear every day from anyone under 60.
I love it.
Wow.
So it's every other Thursday. So the only 2 social things I've really done since I've been in New York are go bowling and play euchre. And the euchre is every other Thursday. So it's not often that I can make it because...
It's in Astoria?
No, it's in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Because if I'm either out of town or I have a show on Thursday, it's pick up euchre. So literally anybody who knows how to play goes and you just start talking to random people and start a game together.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been twice, and I really like it. It's super fun. You know, most of the people are from it's a very Midwest game.
Oh,
euchre. If anybody doesn't know, it's kind of like spades, except the trump card changes every hand.
Yep.
That's really the only difference. And you
The
only
Bowers.
use half the deck.
I mean,
so that's tonight I'm excited about.
My parents grew up playing euchre, and my wife grew up playing euchre. But it's one of those games where every time I play, I have to relearn it, and I don't know why. So I'll always get dealt in, but I always have to relearn. And I'm not, people who are like my wife's from a heavy-duty card-playing family.
So am I.
Right. So like everywhere people go in her family, they have a deck of cards with them.
I have a deck of cards in my backpack.
There you go.
At all times, yeah.
And you listen, you got a deck of cards, you got the world at your feet because you can make your own fun.
Well, when I first started dating Brian, when we were, still like getting to know you and hanging out and stuff, I'd like bring cards and be like, oh, do you want to play this or you want to play that? And he didn't know how to play anything. Like my family is a game family because it was free. So we played cards, or if we had like board games from however long ago, like we were always playing some sort of game. And he's like, I don't even know what any of these games are. Like every card game I've had to teach him how to play. So I was like, it blew my mind. I was like, some families don't just play cards. Like, I've been playing rummy since I was like 7 years old.
Right. Like, we weren't a game family, but like my mom played solitaire all the time. I mean, one of my most enduring memories is hearing my mom at the kitchen table shuffling the cards for solitaire. Just that, you know, and playing that. So we weren't like a board game family. Like to this day, I don't like playing board games, which sucks if you have kids because you have to play them and then pretend like they're fun. But cards were always a big, big thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's tonight. It's
maybe
from
now
7:30 to whenever, open ended.
To question mark. Maybe Euchre Club will replace Bonus Hole. Are there any live stream opportunities for this?
I don't think so. Because then you got to get consent from everybody to be in it.
Get consent.
Unless I were to live stream just like my hand and the cards and no one else was like in it.
That's what I'm saying. Go in there with like the helmet attachment of a GoPro. Just sit there with that in your head.
I look insane.
You look like Doc Brown in Back to the Future. And you're just filming your hand.
I actually used to play cards with Gwen before I even got on this show with your wife. I played with her over at the Polk's house for years.
She still plays at the Polk's house. She goes, hey, I'm going to go play cards. This Sunday, I'm going to play cards over at Polk's. I go, oh, that's fine.
So I haven't played in person since before the pandemic. I have not played euchre in person. So I've been playing on my phone. And I'm playing against 3 robots on my phone, so I'm so used to like it being super fast paced. Like I can finish a game of euchre on my phone in like probably 7 or 8 minutes. I can do it in a break. When we're in a break, I can play a full game of euchre on my phone. And then when you go in and it's like a social event, the first time I went, I was kind of annoyed because everyone was just like talking. And I'm like, can we play this game? Or is like nobody here to win? Like, what are we doing?
You don't want any social component whatsoever. I'm here to play, dummies.
I had to recalibrate to this is a social game. This is a game where you kind of hang out. But I'm like, but it also doesn't need to take 35 minutes to get through one game.
Right.
Like that's too much, So the second time I went, I'd known a couple people. And I'm like, wait, that guy plays fast. That guy talks too much. Like you can kind of figure out who you're going to partner with. Yeah.
Alan, did Mary's family ever play Shanghai Rummy?
I don't.
You ever heard of Shanghai Rummy?
I don't know the difference between that and regular rummy.
Yeah, okay.
I actually just tried to teach Blake, Brian's daughter, who is 8, how to play rummy over the weekend. And I'm like, there's a lot of rules. And I'm like, maybe I don't know if she just isn't ready for it. Because I'm like, I distinctly remember playing when I was like a little kid. Like I was playing rummy in elementary school. And
taking other kids' lunch money.
There's a lot of parts to it. There's a lot of like rules and a lot of things to remember, but she was not having it at all. And I was trying to help her, and then Brian looks at me, he's like, "You're playing Romy by yourself right now." I was like, "I know." I don't even know what we're trying to do here.
Well, this brings up an interesting question that just occurred to me.
Okay.
You are on record as not liking magicians because they're liars to you.
Sure.
A lot of magicians involve card tricks. Does your love of cards begin and end with card games? Are card tricks completely off your radar?
I don't like
You don't
magic
want in any capacity. Okay.
No, it makes me feel stupid.
So if somebody's
That's
doing
why
a
I
card
don't like
trick, you're like, that's not what you're supposed to use cards for.
No. Like a
supposed to
card
be playing a game.
purist where it's like, this is only meant for my kind of game entertainment.
Well, that's why I asked.
Absolutely not. I just don't like magic in general because it makes me feel dumb. And I don't like feeling dumb.
Have you ever thought that maybe, because you seem to have some acumen with cards, that you could get on the other side of that equation? You could, find yourself a corner somewhere in the city, and you could be like busking with card tricks. Learn some tricks.
I don't care to learn a trick.
Oh.
I want to play a game.
All right. Set up a card table and just play, instead of tricks, play solitaire on the street corner. People will come by and watch.
What's the point of that?
Well, because they'll be waiting for a trick. But the trick is you're just playing solitaire. And they'll hang out for a bit. And to really drive it home, you'll have an open guitar case there into which, the universal sign for give me money. And so they might throw in some coins, but you're just playing solitaire.
I don't know that that'll work. I think that'll piss people off because they'll walk up expecting a trick, not see a trick, and then be like, screw this.
Yeah, but how long do you have to wait? I mean, that's on them. That's not on you. It's like when you go to the subway, if there's a guy playing a saxophone, you can't get mad because he didn't play a song you like. You just weren't there when he played the song that you like.
That seems like lying. That's deceptive to me.
Interesting. Okay. Now, we would play Uno when we were kids. We played Pinochle. But euchre, boy, I got to learn. It doesn't take me long, but I got to learn every single time. Hey, want to play euchre? I go, because I figure if I shouldn't be taking up a seat from someone who loves to play.
Right. I agree with that.
It's not a game. I don't think any game is for the casual fan. You should really want to do it.
Well, my thing is that teaching that game in particular, euchre, has a lot of rules. A lot of things trip people up, and I don't have the patience to teach someone to play unless they really want to play. So, like, if someone's like, oh, sure, I'm at the party, I'll learn. I'm like, I'll go to a different table.
Right.
I don't want to sit here
and I don't want to be that guy.
Watch you learn,
right.
And then watch you screw up, and then in 3 hands, you're going to quit and never play again anyway. Like, this is a waste of everybody's time.
Yeah.
Sounds fun to be with you in this situation.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to be the guy that's slowing the process.
If you were to get together to play a game of pickup basketball and one person had never played basketball before, that's not fun for anybody.
Right,
like, teach me how to do a layup. No, get the hell out of here. Go
Cards
learn
are
on
fun
your
when
own.
everybody knows what they're doing because there's a rhythm to it that you can kind of screw around, but you're not distracted. You still know what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no interest in teaching someone how to play a game.
It's not a teaching hospital.
It's not a teaching hospital or a learning library.
That's right. It's not a learning library. I got another song from Ray.
Oh, my God.
Are we tired of the Ray songs?
I'm getting annoyed because they're not getting better.
Well, maybe they will.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, maybe the point is to find one that, this one is called Soul on Fire.
Okay.
Ray's in love with your soul. Painted red toes take their toll. There's still some Satan in it. It's you, feet, the devil, and Brian.
That's usually the combo.
Yeah, because some people really go in on these AI songs. I've gotten a couple from people that were really good because they wrote the lyrics. If you just leave it up to AI, if you give it a couple of prompts, you're going to get one of those AI hallucination songs. But there's a lot of people really painstakingly writing lyrics, and if they have a way with a phrase, it can be very funny. I don't know that Ray's in that camp. I think he's throwing in Mary, toes, Brian, rats, Satan.
Yeah.
Right? Soul on Fire is what this one's called.
Is it SOLE?
SOUL. That would have been Tell you what, he missed a...
That's what I thought
Ray,
it was going to be. About
learn
your feet.
from the best, all right? S-O-L-E. Soul, S-O-U-L. Well, but in his defense, the AI names the song.
Okay.
You put in some prompts, and the AI calls it something. Now, this is the style you like, too. Just musically, this is the style you like.
It's all right. God, here we go.
Satan giggles in the glow.
See there.
Dark night shadows all around. Demonic laughter, the only sound. Brian's mind is burning bright. Drinks from Ray's milk tonight.
What was that last one?
Drinks from Ray's milk tonight.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God, come on. Now he's bringing Brian into it? Come on. This is very Volbeaty, though.
Yeah,
he must
it
have
is,
found a
yeah.
way. We were talking
Yeah.
about Volbeat yesterday, and Mary
I was like,
likes...
this is clutch Volbeat.
Yep, Mary likes, like, lunkhead riff rock,
Yeah.
and this is right up her alley. So just small little tweaks, Ray, and you're closer to her heart. Yeah.
Soul on fire, can't you see? Your love burns so dangerously. In the night we ride and play. Demons dance till break of day.
Why are there demons?
Flames rise through the mist.
Yeah.
Though red toes I can't resist. Laughter echoes in the dark. Satan's joy, our tragic mark. Ways of love to pure night.
Yeah.
You got to go on one date with this guy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's earned it.
Brimstone. Well, that's where they screw you up there. AI's like, yeah, brimstone is a thing.
Brimstone!
Uh,
Like a brimstone
cowboy. Yeah, so it's mostly Satan, this one. I mean, there's a little bit of Brian, but...
It lends itself to the type of song Satan
Right.
mentioned. Yeah.
Full on fire. Well, there you go.
I like that one.
Well, I'm sure he thought you might. A hot Mary song for a hot day
It was good.
is how he described it.
I don't know why the demons dance till the break of day. Or
Just
what they're
like
doing
to.
there in
Because
the
they're
first place.
sleeping in the day, Mary. Up all night, sleep all day.
But all right.
Rock and roll all night.
And part
Party
of
every day.
No, part of every day.
And part of every day. From noon to 3.
I don't want to rock and roll all. I don't want to party every day. I want to part of every day.
Mm-hmm.
Role models. Beautiful
Well,
movie.
maybe he's getting closer to something.
That was good. That was a good one.
And
I like that
again,
one.
it's to the best of my knowledge, it's not like Ray's hitting you up. It sounds like he has purchased some of your foot picks along the way.
Yeah, maybe.
But because that's clearly what's inspired all these songs, coconut milk and hot lava explosions and stuff, all coming from your foot picks. So that I have no evidence to support that theory, but it sounds like somebody who was really drawn in by the purchase of some of your foot picks. And so you gotta give it up to him for that. Are you still doing that, by the way? Just for Ray. I'm asking for a friend. Just for Ray.
I haven't been focused on it because I'm not going to lie. The last couple months, I felt like I was very excited.
Toes are gnarly?
Not my toes are gnarly. It's just that I wasn't keeping up with them because I'm like, when I got here, it's like, I'm in New York. I'm killing it. I've got to do this. I got to do this, blah, 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 blah. And it was great. And then, half of April and into May, haven't been in a great headspace. Was kind of like missing home real bad and not feeling like I was progressing, even though I've only been here 4 months. And then, so now I'm kind of coming out of that. I've been working out a little bit more lately. And I actually just got a pedicure today for the first time in probably a month.
Yep, nothing will make you feel better than getting your toes did.
Well, the reason why is because I went and did yoga in the park and I had my bare feet out and I was like, oh, what is that? I mean, and they're not even that bad. I keep my feet pretty nice in general. But they were, chipped and different lengths, and so I went and got one.
How dare you bring those chipped up toes to this concrete park in New York when there's
Dude.
homeless people urinating nearby?
I don't know if you've ever seen someone with yoga feet, but not great.
Hammer toe.
Not great. Big muscular feet, which for gripping is fantastic.
It's like guys always think that they want to date dancers.
Dancers or gymnasts.
Oh, gymnasts.
or
Oh, they're
yoga,
so
like
flexible.
yogis.
And then they take their shoes off, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, but I don't
That's
look
the
at
price
feet
you
that
pay.
much, though. So
Well, I'm
if
not a foot guy
yeah.
either, but you can look at a foot and objectively go, that is messed up.
Yeah, but during, I don't know, there's not a lot of contact that I'm going to, I'm not going to be looking at their feet during
Oh, you're not
the
sucking on
important
toes?
things. No, I mean, if they want that, but not if
It's not your go-to.
if it's not a move. I'm
Really?
like, give me them piggies.
You know, a little-
Piggies.
No, it's just it's on the menu. You suck some toes.
That's again only if they want it.
Oh, they have to request that.
If they're into it.
It's not
Does
a
you
la
ever
carte?
try and suck on toes of a girl that's not into it?
No.
You kick
They
me
all
in the
seemed
face.
into it.
Me either.
Hmm.
I have noticed feet more since I started selling pictures of my own. I mean, a couple years ago, it was like 2022 maybe when I started. I've only been doing it a few years. But now I do definitely pay more attention. If people have on open-toed shoes or at yoga, I'll look around. And the instructor today, she was hot. I feel like yoga teachers are all hot. All
they
of them,
better
every
be.
single one. And she's really tiny and fit, and she's got hot little tiny tattoos everywhere, and she's just got that very yoga vibe about her. And soothing voice, all of that. And then I looked at her feet and I was like, woof, dude. Ankle up, 10 out of 10. You gotta do something about them dogs, brother.
They're all running away from each other. What's going on there?
Well, they're just they look like, because when you're doing it every day, your toes are gripping.
Of course.
They're like hands,
None of us are perfect. None of us.
Too
Not
close.
even super hot yoga teachers. I'm going to break here. I want to send a text 35192. AlanCoxShow.com is where your live video stream will show up, and we'll be back.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7